Oh, thanks for being here. Very, very, very much. So we'll get usual suspects and we'll throw in some sinus stuff. We'll for sure get in some sciatic relief, some love for those hips, lower back, neck, shoulders, but we'll throw in some extra spicy little stuff to help feel better. So a seated position that feels good to you, and let's roll those shoulders up and back. And let your shoulders just gently slide down and away. Close your eyes. Isolate those shoulders. Lift that left shoulder up. Roll it back. And gently let that shoulder slide down and away. And then that right shoulder, lift it up. Roll it back and gently let it slide down and away. Keeping those eyes closed. Let your arms be heavy. Release the tension in the shoulders. Give them a little wiggle if you need to. And then turn your palms to face the sky. Drape the wrists over the knees. Index finger and thumb can touch, or just let those hands be soft. And we're going to take just a few moments to breathe. In and out through the nose as best you can. Slow and steady. Finding a pace, a count of your breath that works for you. 2, 3, 4 second breath in. And then match it with that exhale, if not making your exhale even longer. Aware of the rise and fall of your chest, the in and out of your belly. And just let yourself be present right here. Just staying present within the four corners of your mat, just for these 60 minutes. And then gently bring your hands to the outsides of your hips, pressing your palms down towards the ground. Sit up as tall as you can sit. And as you exhale, lean your head to the right. Eyes can be open or closed. And as you lean your head to the right, press your left palm down towards the ground. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes. A gentle pull down that left side, nothing too intense. If it's too intense, back off just a little bit. Don't press that left palm quite so hard towards the floor. Inhale, head up nice and tall, and then as you exhale, lean your head to the left. Again, eyes can be open or closed. And press that right palm down towards the ground. Soften your eyes, relax your jaw. Just feel that gentle pull. As you move and breathe, be mindful in doing so. If your body is asking for a little less, please honor that. Inhale, head up nice and tall, and as you exhale, release your chin towards your chest. Keep those shoulders rolled back, and just let gravity take the weight of the head. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Open those arms out to a T. We're going to cross right arm over the left, wrapping around yourself. Give yourself a giant hug and a little tuck of your chin down towards your chest. Space between those shoulder blades. Stretching down the spine. And just a little love. We don't hug ourselves very often. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Open those arms nice and wide. And then other arm is on top. Cross, reach back. Take a hold of those shoulder blades and then just gently bring your chin towards your chest. Big, full, deep breaths. Inhale, lift the head, open those arms nice and wide, reach it high. 3 cactus arms, pull those elbows back and down, open the chest, squeeze through those shoulder blades. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, pull it down. Looking up just slightly if that feels okay on your neck. Otherwise, straight ahead. Inhale, reach it up. One more time, pull it down. Inhale, reach it up. And as you exhale, turn to the right. Left hand to the top of the thigh. Right hand behind you. Sit up as tall as you can sit. And turn and look out over your back shoulder. Left shoulder pressing down and away. Inhale, reach it high, turn it back to face front. And then as you exhale, turn to the left. Right hand to the top of the thigh, left hand behind you, sit up as tall as you can sit, and then turn and look out over your back shoulder. Little tuck of your chin, little press of that right shoulder down and away. Inhale, reach it high, turn it back to face front. And exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Let's switch, other leg is in front. Bringing the hands to your shins, just below your knees. Take a big breath in, press the chest forward, arch your back, lift your gaze. Relax your jaw. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, press your spine towards the back, tuck your chin. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. Articulating those vertebrae one at a time. Really making it that full motion. Hollowing the tummy and chest. One more time, each direction. Press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow. And inhale it up nice and tall. Again, bring your hands down by your sides. Press your palms towards the ground. And as you exhale, chin to chest. Bring the hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Gently let the elbows come around the side of the face and relax the weight of the arms. Inhale, head up nice and tall, open those elbows wide, and then as you exhale, release the weight of your head back into your hands. Let those elbows go heavy and feel that stretch across the chest. Close your eyes and breathe. Inhaling it up nice and tall one more time, chin to chest, close the elbows around the ears. Inhale, head up nice and tall, open those elbows wide. Inhale it up nice and tall, extend those arms. And as you exhale, give them a little shake. As you give them a little shake, lower those arms. You can make it as intense or as soft as you like, or just let those arms float down by your sides. Relax your arms. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes. Feel the connection of your sit bones to the mat, palms to the mat, the length of your spine. Can you feel the strength in the belly? The ease of your breath. Gently open your eyes, turn, and let's come up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width, core is nice and strong. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, draw that right ear and shoulder towards your right hip, hip towards your shoulder. Gaze out over your right pinky. Just feeling a nice stretch down that left side of the body, keeping that belly button drawn in and up, strong through the core. Inhale it back to center. And exhale, left shoulder to the left hip, hip towards the shoulder, and we just look out just beyond that left pinky. And breathe. Inhale it back to center, and as you exhale, press your sit bones back towards your heels. Extend those arms out nice and long to child's pose. Really reaching those fingertips towards the top of the mat. Just a gentle pressure on the forehead. You're welcome to stack your hands or stack fists if you like, if the forehead doesn't quite come to the mat. And just feel that length through the ribs, down your spine. Nice little stretch for the hips, the glutes, those thighs.
As those arms are extended out nice and long, spread your fingers wide, hands are shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale it up to a modified high plank. Knees remain on the mat, shoulders right over those fingertips. Lift out of those shoulders. Strong in your plank. As you exhale, press it back. Glue your hands to the mat to child's pose. Inhale it back up to that modified plank. One push-up if you like, or just hold your plank and press it back to child's pose. Again, we inhale it back up to that modified plank. A push-up if you like, otherwise hold that plank and press it back to child's pose. One more time, we come up. This time, tip your hips down towards the ground, roll those shoulders back, lift your gaze to cobra. Leveling it back out, core strong, tuck your toes, extend those legs, lift your hips to down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Find your breath. Let your heels sink. Give your head a little shake if you need to. Let go of that tension in your neck. Let your jaw be soft, your face be soft. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Upper body's heavy. Arms heavy. Give that head a little shake again if you need to. Sometimes we don't even realize we're holding tension in that neck at the base of the head. A little shift of your weight forward into your toes. And then a little shift back towards your heels. A little shift forward into your toes. And a little shift back towards your heels. Center your weight and ever so slowly ragdoll your way up. Slow and steady. Stacking as you go. A big shoulder roll at the top. And those shoulders slide down and away. Do that again. Big shoulder roll. Take it up and back. And let your shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach it high. As you exhale, left hand down, right arm high. Lean in and reach. Take your gaze up. Find the base of your thumb. How far can you reach in both directions? Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, other side. Lean in and reach. Right arm down, left arm high. Lengthen through those arms, out of the shoulders, through the tips of your fingers. Inhale, both arms come up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the sky, and as you exhale, arch it back. A little or a lot, open up that heart. Feel that stretch through the belly. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Release those hands. Bend that left elbow, hand behind your head. Left hand to that right elbow and just gently press. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right foot crosses behind the left. Bring your ankles as tightly together as you can. And then slow, gentle lean to the left. Oh, nice stretch all the way down that right side. Creating space, lengthening, and letting go of tension. Inhale that back up nice and tall. Extend both arms high and swan dive down. Keeping those ankles crossed. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Let that upper body be heavy. Feel that full connection of both soles of the feet to the mat. And let's walk the hands to the left as far as you can walk them and draw your nose towards your knee. Lifting slightly, walk your hands back through center and then over to the right. As far as you can walk them. And relax the weight of the upper body down. Coming back to center, just let your upper body be heavy. Feel the soles of those feet against the mat and ever so slowly ragdoll your way up. Feel how you squeeze those inner thighs, gives a little stability. A good shoulder roll at the top and shoulders slide down and away. Stepping that right foot out from behind the left, reach it high. Bend that left elbow, hand behind your head, right hand to the elbow. Gently press, and we shift our weight to our right foot. Left ankle crosses behind the right, just as tightly together as you can get them. That gentle press That right hand to the elbow, just a deeper stretch through the tricep and into the shoulder. Give those inner thighs a little squeeze as you lean to the right. Breathe. Again, that stretch all the way down that left side now. And inhale it back up. Extend that right arm and then the left. And swan dive to forward fold. Feel in both soles of the feet against the mat. Let your head be heavy. And just breathe. Nose toward your knees. What do you feel in those hips, on the backs of the legs, into that lower back? We lift just slightly and walk our hands to the right. Far as you can walk your hands and draw your nose towards your knee. And breathe. Lifting slightly, walking it back through center. And then over to the left, as far as you can walk them, and draw your nose towards your knee. And back through center we come, just hanging in your forward fold. And then ever so slowly ragdoll your way up. Give those inner thighs a good little squeeze. At the top, a shoulder roll, and shoulders slide down and away. Step that left foot out from behind the right. Turn the palms to the front. We come to our mountain pose, active pose. So drawing those kneecaps up, engaging through those quadriceps, strong through the core. Inhale, rise, reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a big step back with your left foot. Let's bring that back knee to the mat, untuck the toes, lift those arms. We come up to our half crescent. Breathe. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. And then exhale, sink back in. Again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink back in. We're going to make that a little bit bigger if that feels okay to you. As you straighten, sweep those arms back and hinge forward. A little or a lot. And then sweep those arms down by the ground and up and overhead as you come back up to your half crescent. Again, we do that. Sweeping those arms back, straightening that right leg, hinging forward a little bit or a lot. And again, we sweep it down towards the ground and lift the chest. One last time, sweep it back, straightening that right leg, hinging forward if that feels okay. Sweep those hands down by the ground and then up and overhead. Arch it back, open those arms to a nice wide V. Inhaling it up nice and tall, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Tuck the back toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. And gently release it down to down dog. And let's alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Checking in. Anytime you need a drink, grab one. Anytime you need a break, take one. Any kind of an adjustment you need, take it. Be mindful of whatever it is that your body, your heart, your head needs today. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders towards your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And exhale, let your heels gently sink. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. As you exhale, shift your weight to your heels, sit to chair. And rise. Exhale, arch it back. A little or a lot. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach it high. Shift your weight to your heels, sit to chair. Low as you want, high as you need it to be. Stand tall, open it up. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, reach it high. Shift your weight to your heels, sit to chair. And rise. And arch it back. Open those arms. Inhale, reach it high, and exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift.
Exhale down, take a giant step back with your right foot. Bring that back knee to the mat. Untuck your toes. We lift those arms to our half crescent. Leaning into this as much as feels good to you. Should feel a nice stretch down the front of that right leg. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. Keep the pelvis square. And as you exhale, sink back in. Again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink, adding on if you wish. As you straighten, sweep those arms down. That front foot stays connected to the mat, hinging it forward. And again, we sweep it down and lift those arms back up. Core staying strong. Again, we sweep it back. Left leg lengthens, little challenge for the balance. We sweep those hands down by the floor and then up and overhead. We're going to do that one more time. Keeping that pelvis square. This is a challenging motion. I'm finding it much more so with that left leg forward. And reach. As you exhale, arch it back. Open those arms to a nice wide V. Inhaling it up nice and tall, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot, tuck the back toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg high. And gently release it down to down dog. And let's alternate bending knees, walk it out. Sit bones are reaching high, head's heavy, faces soft. As you exhale, let both heels sink. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, sit to chair. Weight shifts into those heels. Sink as low as you like, and then rise. Exhale, arch it back. Arms open to a nice wide V. We do that 2 more times. Reach it up. Working those legs, keeping those knees from knocking together. You can sink as low as you like and rise. Arch it back. One more time, making sure that weight is as even as possible between those legs. Evenly pressing all the way back up and arch it back. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Releasing that right knee to the mat if you like, otherwise legs stay long. We rotate to that right hand, left leg stacks or staggers. Left arm high, reach it up just as high as you can reach. Rotate that left palm towards the front, reach it up and over. Long line all the way down that left side of the body. Lifting out of that right shoulder, staying strong. You can be down on your forearm. Inhale, lift that left arm high and slowly release it down. Coming back to your plank, we go directly into the other side. Left knee can come down, or we can keep the legs long. Right foot can be staggered or stacked. We lift, we lengthen, we reach, turning our gaze up if that's okay. And then rotate that right palm towards the front, reach it up and over. Long line all the way down that right side of the body. Breathe. Lifting that right arm high, slowly rolling back to your plank. Lift your hips to down dog. We bend that right knee, left heel presses towards the mat. Go ahead and let that pelvis shift. Sink in and feel that long stretch down the back of that left leg. Switch sides, left knee bends, right heel presses down. Just get that long stretch down the back of that right leg. Now just alternate. Walk it out. Letting that head be heavy. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Feel that connection to the palms, pressing through the palms, guiding your weight back towards those feet. As you exhale, let both heels sink. Breathe. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right toes reach high. Exhale and sweep that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Toes are slightly turned open. Draw that left foot in across from the right. Shift your hands forward just a little bit, supporting. Bottom is about knee height. A little hip mobility. We take that left knee and we tap it in. We're light on those toes. And then open it back up to your frog. That right knee taps in and opens. Left knee, tap it in and open. Right knee, one more time. Tap it and open it and extend those legs. Let your arms be heavy. If you need to adjust the width of your stance, please do. If it feels good to you, circle those arms around behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Give your head a little shake. Let go of that tension. And if it feels good to you, roll those shoulders up and back. Lift your hands. As you extend those arms and let those hands be heavy, it's just a really nice stretch through the shoulders. That added weight of the arms is going to influence the stretch behind the legs. All the way down the hamstrings into the calves. Slowly bringing your hands to the small of the back. Ever so slowly ragdoll your way up. At the top, extend those arms, roll those shoulders back, take your gaze to the sky, reach your knuckles towards the ground, gaze towards the ceiling. Inhaling it up nice and tall, release your hands, roll those shoulders up and back. Inhale, reach it high, interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the ceiling, and as you exhale, lean to the right. Pressing through that left palm, turn and look up along the inside of that left arm. Inhale it up tall and exhaling to the left. Press through that right palm. Turn and look up along the inside of the right arm. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Pull the hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet back together. Feet are hip width apart. Find a focal point out in front of you and shift your weight to your left foot. Right big toe barely touching the mat and roll that right knee open. Shoulders are soft. Let's slide that right foot up along the inside of that right leg, above or below the knee. Strong through the belly, strong through the pelvis, solid and rooted into the earth with that left foot. Extend those arms open out to a T and turn and look out over your left arm. Rotate your right palm towards the ceiling and lift that right arm right up by your ear, right up by the side of your head. So just challenging the body to move in different ways, to stay focused. And lower that right arm, palm back down towards the ground. Turn and take your gaze out over your right arm. That's going to challenge things a little more, a little heavier weighted on that right side. We turn that left palm towards the ceiling and lift that left arm right up by the side of your head. Breathe. Turn your face back towards front. Lift that right arm, palms touch. Interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. Slightly move those hands forward. And if it feels right to you, look up, finding the base of your thumbs. As we release that focal point, challenging ourselves in a little different way, just like moving those arms in different ways. We pull those hands to heart center, release your fingers, gazing forward, drawing that right knee forward. Release your foot, knee bends to 90 degrees. Pressing that right foot back, giant step back to our warrior one. Back foot's at about a 45-degree angle. Pelvis is still facing front. Arms extend overhead as we sink into our warrior one. Inhale, straightening that front leg a little bit. And exhale, sink. Let's do that again. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Bring the hands behind your head, elbows go wide, and as you exhale, arch it back. So as release the weight of the head, helping to open up those sinuses, release pressure, getting a really nice stretch across the chest, through the shoulders. Core strongly rise. And as you exhale, a gentle pull of your chin towards the chest as the elbows close around your ears. Challenging balance, stability with that static hold. Inhale, open those elbows, just nice and tall. Extend those arms overhead. Shift your weight forward up onto the ball of the back foot. And back up onto that left leg, crossing your right ankle above that left knee. Pull the hands to heart center for our figure 4. Staying here, or beginning to sink, getting a really nice stretch in that right hip. Breathe. The deeper you sink, the more stretch you find, keeping that chest nice and tall. Inhale, slowly rise. Lift that right knee to 90. Press your right heel straight down. Bend your left knee, left hand to the top of the thigh, right fingertips reach towards your toes. And just that nice hamstring stretch. Most of your weight in that left foot. We circle that arm forward, around, behind, standing tall as we pull that right foot back in. Hands to heart center. And we shift our weight to our right foot. Left big toe just barely touches the ground, and we roll that left knee open. Staying here in this tree pose if you like. We're sliding that left foot up along the inside of that right leg, above or below your knee. Again, we're solid through that right sole of the foot. We're strong through the belly, through the pelvis, through the leg. Breathe. Extending those arms open out to a T. And we turn and look out over our right arm. Just as far as you can turn your head. If you're like, nope, I need to keep looking forward, that's okay. Rotating that left palm towards the ceiling. Lift that left arm right up by the side of your head. We're going for solid. We're going for success. Breathe. Slowly lower that left arm down. Turn your gaze back towards front. And then look out over your left arm. Again, weighted heavily on that left side with that left knee up. Rotate right palm. And then reach that right arm up. Creating that L shape, that 90-degree bend as best we can. Little shoulder mobility along with our balance. And just changing that up. The positioning of our arms, where we're looking. We bring our gaze back to center. Rotate that left palm towards the ceiling, lifting the arms. Interlacing your fingers at the top, all but the index finger and thumb. We lower those arms slightly out in front of us. And then if it feels right to you, look up. Find the base of your thumbs. A little more core activation, a little more awareness of the sole of the foot. Find that breath. Slowly lower those hands to heart center. Release your fingers. Gazing forward, we draw that left knee forward. Release your foot to 90 degrees. Core strong, slow and steady. Giant step back to your warrior 1. Extending those arms. Find your warrior 1. Back leg long and strong. Breathe. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. Square your pelvis, keep it square, and then gently sink. Bring the hands behind your head, elbows are wide, and as you exhale, arch it back. Let that openness happen through the chest, through the front of the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades, strong through your core. Inhale it back up nice and tall, and as you exhale, chin to chest, close the elbows around the ears. Still just holding that static lunge. Breathe. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Open those elbows wide. Extend those arms up and overhead. Breathe. Open those arms out to a T. Find a focal point out in front of you. Shift your weight forward. Back up onto that right leg, lifting that left knee. Cross that left ankle over the right knee. Pull the hands to heart center. We can stay here in our figure 4, or we can begin to sit it back as deeply as you like. Oh, just feeling that really nice stretch in that left hip. That strong right leg. Breathe. Core's engaged. We get a whole hour of core if you keep those core muscles engaged appropriately. What an amazing bonus. Inhale, slowly rise, lifting that left knee once again to 90 degrees. And we're going to press that left heel straight down. Toes are lifted. Right knee bends, right hand to the top of the thigh, left fingertips reach down. Hello, hamstring, calf. As we pull those toes back and we lengthen that left leg, little to no weight on that left foot, maybe 10% max. Inhale, reach that left arm out, circle it around, pull that left foot back in to stand tall, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach it high, and exhale, swan dive to forward folds. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Wrap your arms around the backs of your legs, line your forearms up with your calves, fingertips point towards the ground, tuck your chin, and a little shift of your weight forward into your toes. Center your weight, relax your arms, let them hang. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes, knees, hands, forearms. Hold your plank. Let's widen those feet or the knees. Now again, you can be on hands or forearms. Those shoulders right over the wrists or the fingertips. Keeping that body as steady as you can. Lift your left hand. Bring your left fingertips to your right shoulder and hold. Breathe. Now you want to shift, I know, putting more weight in that right shoulder. It's loaded, but keep that core strong. Keep those shoulders level. Release that left hand. Shift your weight to the left. Right fingertips reaching up towards that left shoulder. Keep the pelvis level. Keep the shoulders level. Resist that opening. Breathe. Release that right hand. Take a big step back with one hand and then the other. Now lift your sit bones high. Little arch in the back. Hammock pose. Breathe. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands back towards the top of your mat. Walk your feet back together and lift your hips to down dog. Sway your hips side to side. Coming back to center. Inhale it to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Open up your knees nice and wide. Press it back to extended child's pose. And breathe. Chin, cheek, or forehead to the mat. Fingertips reaching towards the top of the mat. As you're ready, slowly walk your hands back up. Come over onto your left hip, and you're going to sweep that right foot around, up and over. If you need to extend that left leg, please do. We're going to work to keep both sit bones against the mat and sit up nice and tall. Now we can just take a hold of that knee and pull it in straight ahead. If you like, wrap the crook of that left elbow around the knee, pull it in as you turn and look out over your right shoulder. So just be mindful of that right sit bone. It's going to try and lift, and we're going to try and be heavy on that left side. Even it out as best you can. If it feels good to you, place that right hand behind you, left elbow to the top of the knee, and press for a deeper rotation. Now, if you're like, I feel like I get a better stretch from my hip by pulling the knee in, do. If you feel good, like you need a little more for the spine, use that elbow and get that rotation. And then slowly release it, coming back to center. Take a hold of that left or that right ankle and just gently pull it back so you're on the outer edge of your foot. If you need to, come forward, lift your bum, stack the knees, and then sit it back. Breathe, palms to the soles of the feet. Sitting up nice and tall. If that irritates, not just stretches, but irritates to the point of discomfort or pain, back it off. Don't stack those knees quite so much, or you can stay with that foot down. So either way, we're going to hinge it forward if that feels okay. Let your head be heavy.
Is that right sit bone to the ground? Find it if you can. If not, keep a sense of humor. Don't judge. Just do the best you can. I'm finding I'm able to move that right foot a little bit more, or actually my left foot, a little bit more out of the way so that that right sit bone can find the mat a little easier. Listen to your body. Adjust, adapt, however you need to. Lengthen through the crown of the head and slowly sit up. Rock it back and switch. So that right leg will go under, left leg comes up, sole of the foot. If you need to extend that right leg out to take care of your knee, perfect. Make it happen. And again, hands can be on the outside of the knee. We work to get that left sit bone to the mat and sit up tall. Now you can stay here just focusing on that hip. You want a deeper stretch. Wrap the crook of that right elbow around. We turn and we get that bonus for the spine. Turning and looking out over that back shoulder. So you're like, on my left side it's this, on my right side it's that. It's okay. Keep a sense of humor. You're knowing, you're listening to, and you're feeling all the different feels. If you want to stay here, even though you didn't on the other side, it's okay. Placing that left hand behind you if it feels right, right elbow to the knee, and press. Has that left sit bone lifted? If it has, back off a little bit. Breathe. The most important things in your practice, breathing and listening to your body. Obviously, you can't do much if you're not breathing. So that's first and foremost. And then really listening to your body, honoring what it's telling you, and adjust whenever you need to. Slowly releasing that rotation. We take that right hand holding on to the ankle and just gently pull it back again. You are welcome to come forward to stack those knees. We want to give ourselves room to have a seat so you're not sitting on your heel, and sit up nice and tall. Should feel some love. It should feel like love. It should not feel like hard love, just challenging. A good, like you know you're doing something good for your body. If ever there is question or doubt, err on the side of caution. Okay, back off. If you can't sit up tall, adjust so that you can sit up tall. We are always working to get better posture in everything we do, and make sure you breathe in. If it feels right to you, close your eyes. Focus that breath, send it into the hips. Which one's talking more to you, right or left? Send it there. And then if it feels right to you, go ahead and hinge it forward. As we bring the tummy and chest forward, just notice, does that alleviate the intensity? Does it add? Is it too much? Is it just right? We want just right. Lengthening through the crown of the head, slowly we rise. Sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and rock it back, bringing those knees together. We come to boat pose. Supporting our boat pose behind our thighs or behind our back. If you don't need the support, release it. Bring the knees to touch. Now we just did a fair amount of hip work. So if you're like, wow, bringing those knees together, I totally feel like this warmth in my hips. Perfect. If you like, you can lift your shins. If you're like, oof, that's more than I want, bring your feet back down. You can even bring your toes to touch for a little more support. If it feels good to you, go ahead and extend those legs. Lift your chest. If you need the support, use it. Breathe. Flex your feet, reach down, take a hold of the ankles, the calves, the outside edge of your feet, and go ahead and open up those legs. That should feel pretty good, not having to hold those legs together. You notice how your hips release a little bit. Again, chest is lifted, core is strong, and breathe. All right, we're going to fire up the intensity a little bit. Close those legs, bring the hands behind the thighs, bend your knees. Now, if you need the support, keep it, but I'm going to have you bring it behind your back this time. If you don't need it, extend those arms. And we're going to open it up. A bigger boat or a yacht. Hollowing, scooping out the tummy and the chest. We're going to pull it back to our boat. Pull it in. So again, use that support for your back. Hollow it out. If you feel it a lot in your back, it just means your core has some work to do. Let's do that work.
Pull it in. You should feel shaky. This should feel challenging. One more time, we open it up. This time, go ahead and lower down. Slow. Take your time and release it all the way down. That feels pretty darn good. Pull one foot in towards your bottom and then the other. We cross that right ankle over the left knee. Pulling the knees in, reach that right hand through your little window. Interlace your fingers behind that left thigh and just gently pull it in. Draw those shoulder blades down. Nestle those shoulder blades against the mat. Feels good to you? Extend that left leg and flex your foot. Let this be a lower body thing here. So just do your best to relax the upper body. Only thing working in the upper body really, your core and those arms. Core not so much, just a little bit. Just to stabilize us, but it doesn't have to do a whole lot. And then gently bend that left knee. Release your hands and gently place that left foot to the mat. Go ahead and press that right knee out and away. So we're going to work to keep that figure four. Open your arms out to a T and take both knees to the left. Right sole of the foot is going to work to find the floor. Pressing that right knee out and away from you. And then turn and look out over that right arm. Close your eyes and breathe. Checking in. How you doing? We bring our gaze back to center and slowly bring those knees back to center, keeping that figure four, and take both knees to the right. So the outside of that right ankle, pressing against the outside of that left knee. Just relax the weight of the legs and turn. Take your gaze out over that left shoulder. Left arm. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes. We come back through center, gaze to center, place that right foot to the mat. Left ankle crosses over that right knee. We pull the knees in, reach your left hand through that little window, interlace your fingers behind that right thigh and gently pull it in. You would think that after all the work we did on those hips, that the hips would be like, oh no, I'm good, loosey-goosey. But feeling this in a good way, extend. Always want to make sure that we feel things in a good way, that we know we're doing something positive for our body. Add a little flex of that right foot again. Nestle those shoulder blades down against the mat. And just breathe. And we bend that right knee. Releasing the hands, placing that right foot back to the mat. Keep that figure four, a gentle press of that left knee out and away. And then we're going to open up those arms out to a T and bring both knees to the right. That left sole of the foot towards the ground and a little press of that left knee out and away. So I notice that left foot has a little harder time finding the floor. Little limitation in that lower back for me. What do you feel? And then turning and looking out over that left arm. So recognizing that depending upon the day, we all have different limitations. That's one of the things I say, keep a sense of humor. You never know what you're going to get when you step on the mat. So letting go of expectations, just allowing yourself to flow and feel and really truly be present, honoring the journey, whatever it is today. Sometimes it's more challenging than others, but always rewarding. It's always time well spent on your mat. Slowly bringing it back to center. We keep that figure four and we're going to take both knees to the left, gazing towards the ceiling and then looking out over that right arm. And just let those legs be heavy. Our twists, awesome for helping with digestion, helping with our mood shift. So if ever you're kind of in a meh mood, do some twists. Do some arm shakes. Do some chairs. Shifting that negative energy into something more useful and positive. So important. Don't carry around that heavy load. If you can release it, let it go. And then slowly bring it back to center, placing that left foot to the mat. We're going to lift our bum and we're going to bring our hands underneath our bottom, palm to the bottom. And then we're going to lower the legs, extend them out. We're going to lift the upper body and bring the elbows underneath us. As we lift the chest, point your toes. You can look down towards your toes. If it feels right to you, we're going to lift the chest and we're going to arch it back and we're going to bring the crown of the head towards the floor. So as we lift the chest and look back, we open up those sinuses. Close your eyes, point your toes, breathe. Now you can stay right here, or if you want a little core challenge, hip flexor challenge, quad challenge, lift your legs to a little bit of a pike, a V. It's a different sensation. It's kind of a cool sensation. But if your body's like, nope, not today, let's focus on the sinuses, honor that. And then slowly lower those heels. Can you lift the chest any higher? Breathe. Soften your face. Relax your jaw. We lift the head. Gently extend those arms, lower yourself down, roll to one side to release one hand, roll to the other side to release the other hand. We pull one knee in towards the chest and then the other. Hands to the shins, just below your knees, and just gently rock it side to side. Good work today. Just one final stretch and then we get in with the good stuff. Shavasana. That opportunity to assimilate all the hard work we've put in. Coming back to center, extend those arms out to a T. Place that left foot to the mat, cross your right knee over the left, and just gently let both knees fall to the left. Left hand to the top of the right knee, and turn and look out over that right arm. Now just let gravity do the work. Close your eyes and breathe. Releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center. Placing that right foot to the mat, left knee crosses over the right. Left arm extends out to a T, let both knees fall to the right. And place your right hand to the outside of that left knee. Turn and look out over that left arm. Exploring, playing, challenging, listening to and honoring what's going on with the mind and the body. It's an art. It's a gift. It's a type of medicine in a lot of ways. Emotional, physical, even spiritual, whatever that means to you. Time on your mat can seriously change your life, at least change your day. And hopefully every time we get together, you feel that magic. I know it's changed mine, and I hope it at least has a positive effect on yours. Slowly we roll it back to center. Once again, let's pull that left knee in and then the right. We're going to lift the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Open up those knees about the width of your mat or about the width of your rib cage. Reach up, take a hold to the outside of the ankles or the outside edge of your feet. Press your tailbone towards the mat. Feel that length in the spine, each and every vertebra touching the mat. And then if you're able to keep that tailbone down, use the strength of your arms to pull those knees towards the floor. Our dead bug. Use those breaths. Let go of any tension, any tightness in the hips, the groin, Feel the strength in those arms, the strength in the core as you press that tailbone down. We bring the soles of the feet together, interlacing the fingers. A gentle pull of those feet in towards your tummy as you press those knees out and away. Again, breath slow and steady. We release those hands, keep the soles of the feet together, arms just open out to a T, and we're going to slowly lower the outside edge of your feet to the mat, keeping that butterfly position, strengthening those adductor muscles, strengthening those outer hips, glute medius, that core. As the outside edge of your feet touch the mat, let your knees just open out wide. Just a nice neutral spine. If your back doesn't love that, if it arches too much, please keep a little bit of a pelvic tilt and keep those transverse abdominals engaged just to keep your back safe. Just a couple good breaths here. And then slowly begin to close those knees, soles of the feet to the mat, heel toe your feet open to about the outside edge of your mat or beyond. And we just rock the knees side to side, allowing the pelvis to shift, keeping both shoulders to the mat, just your own pace, whatever feels good to you. Taking that range of motion kind of to your edge. As many as feel good to you, and then come back to center, heel toe those feet back in. And one foot at a time, just go ahead and extend those legs out long. Arms come down by your sides, back of the hands to the mat, palms to the ceiling. Roll those shoulders underneath you just a little bit, and then just surrender your body weight against the mat. We prepare the mind and the body for Shavasana. If being on your back is the best place for you to be, stay there. If you would prefer another position on your side, your tummy, or up into a seated position, take a second to find that space. Our eyes are softly closed, our jaws relaxed. If you feel you can't quite relax them, I want you to intentionally squeeze those eyes, intentionally clench your jaw, and then with your next exhale, let it go. Aware of the rise and fall of your tummy and your chest with each breath, can you find that rhythmic breathing once again? Maybe allowing that exhale to last a little extra. How do you feel? May you feel light and carefree, healthy and strong, focused and grounded, clear-headed, happy. Our mat has this amazing ability to absorb and transform negative energy into something more useful and bring it back to us. A safe place to let go, to recharge and re-energize. Just to allow yourself, give yourself permission to do that, to let go of the heavy things, to recognize that we don't have everything under our control. What can we control? Our thoughts, our actions, our responses to the external world. The energy within you, my friend, is the energy you take with you wherever you go. It's the energy that influences others, impacts others. So we do our best to be as positive as we can, to be as encouraging as we can and as kind as we can. But always taking care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, it's hard to take care of anybody else. The power of your breath helps to cleanse, to change, to renew. Stay here connected to those beautiful breaths and let go of the rest of the world. Taking the time you need, we start to reawaken mind and body, deepening our breath, moving the smaller muscles in the hands and the feet. If it feels good to you, extend those arms overhead. If not, just extend through those fingertips. And as you're ready, gently drawing one knee in towards your chest and then the other. And however you wish, whenever you're ready, we come up to a seated position that feels good. Sit tall. Close your eyes. Rest your hands. And breathe. Gently open your eyes. Take a big breath in. Reach it high. And exhale. Pull those hands to heart center. I hope that was amazing and got all the spots. I hope you feel incredible and you just get to carry this with you the rest of the day. Take care of yourself. As always, it's an honor and a privilege. Until the next time, light, love, and namaste. Thanks for being here.